10 on the shot clock.
The offense still looks like it's congested.
Yep.
The Eagles are playing good defense, but there's a lot of congestion. There's not a lot of spacing going on by the offense. You see a lot of people running basically the same motion, and you don't want that in an offense. So it's going to be interesting to see when Coach Deckert's able to bring his team into a timeout or the end of the first quarter to see if he makes some adjustments.
A couple of substitutions for the Lynx here. And Tejan cannot connect. So here comes Aberdeen Central. Both teams going pretty deep into their bench early in this game. And there's nobody home as Huff cut. And Lemmer thought he was staying put, so another turnover by Aberdeen Central.
And Aberdeen Central, they're pretty young. I mean, you talked about all the juniors on the team and really playing a sophomore, and so they are a pretty young squad.
And now we have another turnover, this one by the Lynx.
And both teams really are trying to find their offense, Kyle. They're really trying to find what's going to work tonight. What I always say about that is, and you see a foul on Aiden Lloyd there, but what I always say about that is run what's true to your offense. And what I mean by that is your go-to. If you can't find your offense, like what the Lynx did against the Warriors the other night, was they put Hilton at the point guard and let him drive and play Turok off that. Maybe they need to start doing that a little bit here.
Another steal. I'd be surprised if anybody has more steals in the state of South Dakota than Jackson Hilton. Averages almost 3 or 4 a game, it seems like. Lloyd gets the screen from Tejan. Deckert for 3. In and out. Silius in good hustle fighting for the rebound, but it is corralled by the junior Hunter Lemmer. Here's Huff, guarded by Deckert. Side. And back to Huff. And kick out Lemmer for 3. Is no good, and we will have a foul. This one will go, I think, against Aiden Lloyd. And that will be his second off the bench.
And so he's going to have to go to the bench, and Aiden Lloyd has really been a really good six-man off the bench in scoring, and we saw him pop a 3 already this evening. But some of these underclassmen are going to have to step up too, because this Aberdeen Central team's not that bad. I mean,
no, not at all.
They're really pretty good. They played really good defense.
Boy, lots of contact on the steal. It is Colbeck, Skolton, Deckert, Hilton, and Tejan for Brandon Valley. There's about a 12-second difference between the shot and game clock. Deckert, that's no place to pick up your dribble. Gets it to Colbeck. Colbeck's going to try to drive. Skolton, jumper, no good.
And another thing about your offense, you don't want a lot of guys standing around. You see a lot of guys just standing around, and sometimes what coaches need to do is call a timeout. I know that we're ending the first quarter, and that'll give you that free time over there. But you got to reset this thing somehow, even though you're up by 2.
Rolfs threw it up there, and it just did fall. And the half quarter by Hilton is no good. The Lynx do have a lead, though, after a sluggish start from both. They lead it 12-10.
Justin Oakland of Oakland Homes is the builder and developer of the lake at Aspen Harbor in the heart of Brandon. Coming soon will be great building lots at the new Twin River Crossing development. Give Justin a call for details at 605-553-5311. Bill Thompson, your State Farm agent, is the person to talk to for all your personal and business insurance needs. Bill is located at 312 South Split Rock Boulevard, or give him a call at 605-582-4343. Like a good neighbor, Bill Thompson and State Farm, they are there. Give Harry Buck with Hague Realtors a call at 605-366-0221 or go to harrybuck.com for any and all your real estate needs. Harry and the team at Hague love turning dreams into addresses. Just remember the 3 rules of real estate: location, location, Harry Buck.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you for our sponsors. Alliance Communication will join us at halftime. Aberdeen Central with the ball to start the second quarter here. A tough start for both teams. Boy, Andrew Bergen thought that tipped off of a Lynx. To no avail, say the referees. Then the Lynx got to get something started offensively here.
They do. There's like we talked about going into that first quarter, a lot of standing around. Got to get movement. That's how offenses develop. Is quick bolts to the basket. They got to come off picks. They just need a lot of movement going on.
Just 5 total fouls for both teams in that first quarter. Terhark with 2, throws it up, gets it to go. And I think the Lynx got to start pushing the ball inside a little bit more with Terhark. Foul. Boy, don't call anything all day, and that's the foul you give. Rolfs is going to go to the line.
Yeah, we talked about in the first quarter that these refs are going to let them play a little bit, but there was some body there, but not as bad as the other. We're not gonna criticize, but sometimes certain refs see certain things and other ones don't, and I get it. But at the end of the day, hey, the Lynx have been to the free throw line a couple times too, just haven't capitalized tonight already.
And
they need to capitalize.
Aberdeen Central has. Washington did as well. Brandon Valley did not in that double overtime loss here at home. I think you can count on one hand how many times the Lynx have lost at home in the last 3 years. That 3 from Skolton's no good. He's 0 for 2 from the floor. Again, a lot of contact, no call. As Vogel's floater is no good. Terhark doing a good job keeping the feet down. And I don't know about the game against Washington because I was unable to watch, but Terhark has done actually a very good job for the most part this year of staying out of foul trouble, at least at home. That one was partially deflected.
And one thing, and I'll let you finish here. Go ahead, Kyle.
Well, that's really all the thoughts that I had, but Burkhardt, nice feed in, and Hilton pulls down the rebound as the layup's no good by Bergen.
Well, and one thing about with Washington, what they forced the Lynx to be in a hurry up constantly. What they did, and you're not seeing it tonight, is full court pressure the whole game.
Nice feed from Joe Kolbeck, who might have had a lane to the basket, but he gives it up. And the sophomore's got another assist, and Terhark's got another bucket. And now Aberdeen Central has another turnover. Nice feed from Skolton. Now they kick it out to Kolbeck for 3. Nothing doing. Looked like Terhark might have had a good shot at the basket. And again, it's Lloyd and Deckert coming in for the Lynx.
And still a lot of standing around. Still a lot of not good motioning on offense. And almost like the other players that are on the court are waiting to somebody else to shoot or make a play, and somebody just needs to step up.
Here's a 3. That one is short from Bergen. 4-point lead for the Lynx. It's been a little bit of a sloppy game for both teams. Lots of turnovers, lots of missed shots, but the Lynx do have control. Terhark from way downtown, and he buries an NBA long 3. And the Lynx got their biggest lead of the night at 7. And head coach Brent Norberg has seen enough. He calls a timeout.
Well, that's going to be how hard is that to defend? He can split double teams underneath and put ball in the hoop, but he can certainly shoot outside. We've seen that all year.
That was halfway between the three-point line and the red line.
Right. Alliance Communications, they are your leading internet, cable, and phone provider. In the Brandon area, Alliance customers have 100% fiber to the home that puts them light years ahead of most homes throughout the country. Go Lynx. At the First National Bank, their student checking account is perfect for those 25 and younger. It provides convenient access like e-alerts and mobile banking while on the go. They are proud supporters of all things Brandon, like the new the new baseball complex, the First National Bank Field at Aspen Park.
Thank you very much to both of those sponsors. Boy, tough by Reese Burkhardt. And he makes it a 5-point game. Pitchers and catchers reporting soon, speaking of the baseball complex, which means high school baseball. Practices, I'm sure, will be starting soon. I remember we always started in around February with the workouts, so.
I can't wait. I'm excited for Twins baseball.
Yes, should be a good year for them. Jackson Labrie, quick trigger. 3 is no good. With the signing of Josh Donaldson, that is going to be, well, they're going to go for that home run record again, I think. Burkhardt's 3 is no good, but he gets his own rebound. Here's Bergen inside. Burkhardt muscles his way in. Boy, that is one tough young man. Only a junior. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with. 9 points already for Burkhardt.
They're both 6'8", him and Terhark, and they are battling Terhark with 11 points and Burkhardt with 9 points already.
Nice feed and a 6-0 run now for Aberdeen Central. They have cut a 6-point lead to 1 as we are just midway through our second quarter. Deckert, boy, had a good shot at a 3, but he decides no, and another turnover. Here comes Aberdeen Central. Here's Burkhardt, and rejected by Gavin Terhark, but Aberdeen Central does get it back. They want to go right back to him. Layup no good, still a little bit of contact.
Those two are battling, aren't they? And Terhark is playing extremely good defense also. Along with his 11 points this evening, he's a force. And he was last game too. I believe he had 19 points and at least four to five blocks in that game.
A 6-0 run for the Eagles. You want to read one?
The Pizza Ranch, they are proud supporters of the Brandon Valley activities and offer the finest pizza in town. Bring the family to their buffet before the game or order their delicious roasted chicken or pizza after the game. Give them a call at 582-6322 and they will deliver to your doorstep, tailgater, or wherever you are in town. The Brandon Community Foundation, they are a permanent charitable endowment that supports activities that improve the quality of life for all ages in Brandon and Valley Springs. For more information, go to their website at brandoncf.org.
So Jackson Deckert is bringing the ball up. It is Deckert, Siliuson, Hilton, Tejan, and Colbeck. Siliuson, also a good wide receiver on the football team. They want to go inside to Tejan now. Peyton Tejan just short.
And so what you're looking at here is it's still a 1-point ball game, 19-18. It doesn't seem like it, but both teams really, and some of the offense is contributed to, and we see a block there on Siliuson, but some of this non-scoring or maybe some of this non-motion on offense is really good defense by both teams.
Mm-hmm. Well, Aberdeen Central stifled Pierre on the road. That game was in Pierre. Giving up just 40 points on the road is no small task against any ESD school. As the first free throw from Truman Allum, a senior, his first minutes of the night. He hits the second free throw. We're tied. So So Aberdeen Central looking to make it 2 wins in a row and trying to plant the Lynx with their second straight home loss, have scored 7 straight to tie this game up at 19. Here's Colbeck on the wing. Ciliason looking for options, finds one in Hilton. Hilton's been quiet so far today, but he's going to try to drive, and he gets the layup to go. They say Allman was straight up.
And that'll give him 4 points on the evening. Like you said, quiet, but I expect. But on the defensive end, he's been super good. And so has Joe Colbeck and the rest of the squad. So they take a 2-point lead with 1:36 to go.
And it is Hansen in for Aberdeen Central, I believe. Burkhardt returns. And I believe Vogel's back in. Terhart for the Lynx, as we said. That's been a fun matchup to watch between Reese Burkhardt and Gavin Terhart. The senior Terhart versus the junior Burkhardt. Ciliason for 3. Boy, lots of contact, no call. Lynx by 2 with about a minute to go in this first half, which has been a defensive struggle. A scrappy game with lots of contact and lots of aggressiveness. Burkhardt, that's what we're talking about right there. And we're going to get a foul on Terhart.
And that's going to be his second foul. These two big centers going at each other at 6'8". And Terhart picks up his second. And that we always talk about with Terhart early in ball games. Don't get in foul trouble. Don't get in foul trouble. We need to keep him out of foul trouble because he is such a difference maker inside, and we've seen outside so far tonight, but also defensively. He makes such an impact on the defensive side of the ball.
10 of the Eagles' 20 have come from the hand of Reese Burkhardt. 11 of the 21 for the Lynx have come from Terhart. And he is out of the game now. Tejan is in. Paul Vandenberg will join us, Vandenberg will join us at halftime. That one's rejected by Reese Burkhardt. He's having a heck of a first half. The shot clock is turned off. We'll see if the Eagles hold on for the final possession. Rolfs going to dribble it out here, guarded by Colbeck. Now he's got a good shot at the lane, and an offensive foul.
Big play by Deckert there, stepping in, taking the charge. Just another great defensive play, but this game is a 21-20 battle going into, and Jackson Hilton almost made the gap a little bit bigger, but that's what we're going to go into in halftime here, is a 21-20 ball game, and it's a tight one.
Absolutely, 21-20, the Lynx leading.
The Brandon Valley Journal, they are your local news source covering all 11 Brandon Valley sports every week with stories and photos. You can get all the news in print or online, so if you haven't already subscribed, do it today by calling us at 605-582-9999. That's calling the Brandon Valley Journal. Sign up for the Taco John's Rewards app on your phone for lots of deals and surprises. They have new and exciting products to choose from, and it's always made fresh just for you. The good folks at Taco John's want to thank you for your business. Go Lynx. The Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce, they are proud sponsor of Lynx TV. A strong local business community is vital for the positive growth of the Brandon Valley area. Remember, when you shop in Brandon, you support all things local. Go Lynx. The Brandon Valley Athletics Boosters Club, they are hardworking, dedicated supporters of all Brandon Valley athletic programs, including Lynx TV. And also Sioux Valley Energy, they are your electric supplier for much of the Brandon Valley area and strong supporter of your community, including Lynx TV. They offer great service at reasonable rates. Go Lynx. So I believe we're going to have one of our sponsors come on board here with Kyle for an interview, and it'll be in just one moment.
All righty. Thank you very much, Ken, and thanks to all our sponsors. Speaking of sponsors, we have our good friend Paul Vandenberg up here from Alliance Communication. Boy, you picked a great game to come to. My goodness, 21-20 at half.
Yeah, so far it's a great game. Physical game. It's good.
Yep, Lynx trying to avenge their loss to the Washington Warriors, a rare home loss. But we're here, and I got to ask, because every single time we talk about Alliance Communication, we talk about Alliance customers having 100% fiber to the home. For people like me who have no idea how technology works, no idea how cable and internet work, what does that mean?
Yeah, it's a great question. We have fiber to every single home in the areas that we serve. We serve both Brandon and Valley Springs. So instead of getting a wireless signal, we have a wired signal. It's buried underground, so we can give you much faster speeds. It's a much more robust network than you would get with wireless or other providers.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense then. So it's actually a wire right underneath instead of trying to, go wireless or something and, there's connections not working and stuff. That's connected all the time and it's working perfect, right?
Yes, and you have a single fiber to your home, which means we can get you what speed you need. You don't have to worry about what other people are doing or sharing with others or weather interferences.
Yeah, and on Alliance Channel 226, that means you'll never miss a game, right?
Absolutely, yes.
And you said you do watch at home, right?
We do, yes. Yeah, I have a freshman who plays basketball here, so we're here too, but sometimes on the away games, it's nice to be able to stay home or to record the game. So we definitely take advantage of the channel ourselves. We greatly appreciate you guys, what you're doing on our channel. It's a fantastic thing to offer all of our customers.
Well, we wouldn't be able to do it without Alliance and without you. So really, what do you think, and you're biased, obviously, and we are too, what do you think sets you guys, other than fiber to the home, what sets you atop for your internet table and TV provider? What if somebody came up and said, I'm thinking about switching, why should I choose Alliance?
The biggest benefit that we have, and sometimes easy to forget, is that we are member-owned. We're a cooperative, so you as the customer, you're our owners. You tell us what to do, we take direction from you, we're here to serve you. So it brings a real servant type of mentality, so we serve our owners. So you can come to our annual meetings. You also get a capital credit check, so we pay back part of our profits. So it's really nice to be in that structure versus a corporate they're owned somewhere else. That also makes us a very local company, so we're quick on service. Our employees live in the same communities like you and I do, so we see each other around, and we're approachable, and our offices are right here. So it just makes us that small town provider.
Yeah, and do you have a contact information? What do we call if we want to switch to Alliance?
Well, a couple things. We just moved to a brand new building 2 weeks ago. Yes, so right next to the new post office in Aspen.
Oh,
we're
great.
now there.
Yeah.
So come, anybody, stop in anytime, check us out. Great new building, but again, as the owners, it's your building, so come and check it out.
Yeah.
But otherwise, 582-6311 is our local number.
All right, excellent. So Alliance Channel 226, you're one of the biggest reasons why we are here right now. 100% fiber to the home. Remember, when you go with Alliance, you are the owner. So, all right, thanks very much to Paul Vandenberg. Anything else from you?
Nope, thank you, and thank you to the school. There's fantastic partners to work with us to make this channel all work. So
all right.
Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, Paul. We really appreciate it.
Go Lynx.
Go Lynx is right. Paul Vandenberg of Alliance Communication, 100% fiber to the home, which puts them light years ahead of most homes throughout the country. We will be right back here. We have just a couple of free throw contests, and I think we have a raffle going. We will be right back here on Lynx TV.
And welcome back to our broadcast with Lynx TV. Your Lynx are up 21-20 coming out of halftime in this ESD matchup between your Lynx and Eagles. Kyle had Alliance Communications that
Vandenberg.
interview. Yep. And we're always glad we're able to have those interviews at halftime with the sponsors, and thank you, sponsors.
And then I finally figured out what fiber to the home means.
What does it mean?
I don't know. I forgot.
But
No, it means that basically it's instead of being wireless, it's underneath the ground. The wires are underneath the ground, so it goes straight to your home. And you just have a better signal, and that's why you get such a beautiful picture here on Alliance Channel 226.
perfect.
Did you get all that?
I got it.
All right. Lynx with their starting five. Aberdeen Central with the same. Kyle Roque, Ken McCune joining us when what has been, as I said in the first half, a very physical, a very scrappy. This is classic ESD basketball right here. That's what it is.
I agree. And the center position is the Lynx try to feed it into Turok again. Is just that matchup has been amazing so far in the first half.
The turnover bug hit Aberdeen Central early, and it must have been contagious because they've been cured of it, and they gave it right to the Lynx. It's like this cold bug that's going around.
Yeah, talk about a cold bug. It certainly has. But now, the Eagles are going to the line, and they can take the lead here. And we talked about how the Lynx struggled the last game with at the free throw line, especially late, as number 3, Bergen, misses his first free throw. He's 6'8" also. So the Eagles, they really bring a lot of length to the game. But back to what I was talking about is that free throws are key. The Lynx got to lock into that, and I'm sure Coach Deckert from the last game to this game worked on it, but they really have to lock in and focus and run a good offense also.
Labrie, yes! Jackson Labrie gives the Lynx the lead. And Labrie has been very good from 3 this season.
That's the recipe they need. Labrie had 1-3 last game. Step up a little bit, but Aberdeen Central, they answer.
Alex Vogel for 3. Or excuse me, Alec Vogel for 3. With a quick answer. And another turnover by the Lynx. This is going to be over and back. Goodness.
Yeah, and we haven't seen this Lynx team turn over the ball a lot this year. It's been they really valued the basketball a lot on offense, but I'm telling you, folks, is that the non-motion, the non-movement on offense is creating that. They are just standing around.
And they had a couple of days off. They aren't playing back-to-back. They got a back-to-back game. In fact, they play tomorrow. Get a tough matchup against O'Gorman. 3 is no good, and here comes Hilton. Well, you're right, Ken. A lot of standing, not a lot of motion. Here's Colbeck, almost stolen again. Colbeck tries to throw it up, and he gets the bounce.
And sometimes players like that, Colbeck, the senior, needs to just make a play. If everybody's going to stand around, somebody's got to step up.
Floater no good. Ken must be getting agitated because he just stood up. That's when you know he means business.
Right.
Colbeck is fouled. Aiden Lloyd awaits to come into the game.
And I like that out of Joe. Is that Joe Colbeck? Is that he's seeing it. He's got to see it, and he's starting to drive. He said, if we're not going to create offense together, I need to create it by myself right now. And the last 2 possessions, he's got 3 points now. They really, really need to find an offense. But that offense has been clicking all year. I just don't understand why they're standing around. You talked about it's not a back-to-back. The free throw is a concern right now.
It's
it
in
really
their head.
is.
It's
It
definitely
really is.
in their head. They're getting the yips. I would be shocked to find out if they were over 50% at this point from free throw. In fact, I can guarantee that they are not. And finally, the Lynx get a break, a turnover, and the Lynx will get the ball back.
And I know we're talking a lot of negativity right now, but we expect a lot. This Lynx team has been really good all year.
Mm-hmm.
They're 8-3. The last loss on this court against Washington that was a hard-fought battle.
Yeah.
That was a really tough battle. But you got to come, and you talked about O'Gorman, the next game, O'Gorman next week, tomorrow. You can't look past this team.
Right.
This team's not a bad team in Aberdeen Central. They can pick up a win real quick here.
Coming off a 21-point win on the road. They're feeling good. Another turnover. Here come the Lynx. Here's Lloyd. Side Colbeck. Terhark for 3. Can't get the bounce. But Lloyd does get the offensive rebound, and there will be a foul here. And as Jackson Decker gets ready to come in for the Lynx.
The other thing, Kyle, about if your offense isn't working, okay, you can get everything back, and that's what they're doing defensively. When you're holding the team to 24 points in about the middle of the third quarter, that's not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. But you can also make hustle plays like Aiden Lloyd did there.
Lloyd's 3 was no good. Rejected by Terhark underneath the basket. Another big defensive play here in this second half. Colbeck, Lloyd, 3. Again, no good. There's a 3, no good off the hands of Bergen. Aberdeen Central has gone ice cold. The Lynx have not been able to take advantage, along with a few turnovers. And the Lynx points off of turnovers. That's something that the Lynx have done all year long, and they just have not been able to put points on the board. As we've got a foul here, they just have not been able to put points on the board off of turnovers.
And Burkhardt's going to pick up his second, so the 2 dominant centers underneath. Burkhardt's he's going to pick up his 3rd foul. He's got 10 points, so he's going to go to the bench.
This
and
is
that
huge.
opens up a little bit underneath for Terhark. Let's see if the Lynx try to feed Terhark underneath.
And right now it's the 6'5" Vogel guarding Terhark. Hilton, no good. Nice offensive rebound. He goes right over the top of 6' Sam Rolfs, and it's a 4-point lead for the Lynx. Kick out, 3. In and out. Offensive rebound is good from Alec Vogel. He's got 6, and it's back to a 2-point game just like that. This has been a quick third quarter. We're already 5 minutes in, 3 minutes to go. Terhark, layup, good. He's now got 15 of the Lynx 30.
Defensively, got to make a stop.
Rejected by Terhark.
Is he having a good third quarter or what?
He's come alive. A well-deserved rest for him. And from the looks of it, Tejan's going to come in here, and this being a close game, maybe he finishes out the third quarter. I think Terhark's going to be in it for the long haul. When you have half your team's points, it's not a bad idea. Foul. That'll be Aberdeen Central's 4th of the half, just 1 for the Lynx.
And you see what the Lynx are trying to do. They're trying to push that ball underneath, even with Tejan in the game. Tejan can provide you with some offense too, but they have to continue to be aggressive. The ball, they're not shooting a high percentage tonight. It's just hustle plays. Hustle plays are going to win this ball game tonight.
Colbeck. Boy, the Lynx are ice cold from 3 tonight. Aberdeen Central trying to cut it back. Boy, we're going to get called for a foul on Colbeck.
And that's going to be Joe Colbeck's second foul. And we've seen Colbeck turn it on a little bit in the third quarter here too. He's got 2 points in the third quarter, but defensively he's turned it up also.
Ooh. Fade away from Andrew Bergen. And all respect to the kid, that wasn't even close. And head coach Brent Norberg just saying, hey, we need to settle down a little bit here. We're forcing it. Both teams just forcing it. Deckert throws it up, and he gets it to go. He wants a foul. But the Quickster's able to recover. And the Lynx have a 6-point lead. Inside. Foul on Ciliason. That'll be his first. With 1:36 to play.
I believe this is the largest lead so far going up to these free throw attempts for the Lynx in 6 points. So how do you capitalize that is both teams are really, really cold. Okay. So it does come down to, and I keep on reiterating that, is hustle. If that's going to win this ball game. Both teams do not want to shoot the ball tonight. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And you have games like these, and it's really a gut check for both teams to see who's going to pull that out.
And it's going to be a timeout for the Eagles.
Justin Oakland of Oakland Homes, he is one of your sponsors for this evening's broadcast. Bill Thompson, your State Farm agent. Harry Buck with Hegg Realtors. The Pizza Ranch, the Brandon Community Foundation, Alliance Communications, First National Bank, the Brandon Valley Area Chamber of Commerce, the Brandon Valley Athletics Boosters Club, Brandon Valley Journal, Brandon Taco John's, and Sioux Valley Energy.
Thank you to those guys. We appreciate it. And thanks again to Paul Vandenberg from Alliance Communication. And, all our sponsors are important, but, without Alliance and Alliance Channel 226, this just doesn't happen. So,
is he the father of Vandenberg that went and played at
Matt
Iowa?
Vandenberg? No.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
I don't
Relative.
think so.
Maybe or something?
Maybe. I don't even know if they're spelled the same.
Okay.
He's got a son that plays on the freshman team. So,
well, we all know what Matt did.
Oh, kidding me?
With this program. It was amazing watching him play wide receiver for the Lynx and at safety.
And at safety, yes. Him and I think it was Ethan Tellinghausen have the tie for the most interceptions in a season. Lloyd drives the lane. He's fouled in that state championship year. In fact, he got an interception at the state championship, did Tellinghausen. The only one that I remember in my lifetime as the first free throw is good, as Tejan comes into the game for Terhart. The only one I remember more that has had just close to an impact at wide receiver would be Althoff.
Exactly.
Who was just incredible. And he is is he at Augustana?
He is.
Yeah. With Braden Peterson.
Yeah, Braden had an injury early last year.
Mm-hmm.
Hoping to come back, I'm sure, and make an impact for Augie.
Lynx tie their biggest lead of the night. They're going to say this one on the air ball goes off the hands of Skolton. Go ahead.
Boy,
Ken.
the Eagles, they bring a lot of length to the court. They're a really big team.
Offensive foul. Second offensive foul of the night against Aberdeen Central.
Aiden Lloyd, we know what he brings off the bench, and he's just been a tremendous scorer. But defensively also, he plays really, really big. And, you know, he could be starting for a lot of teams in the ESD.
No doubt. No doubt about it. And what was a fast third quarter has come to a standstill since the Aberdeen Central timeout, but we are under a minute to go. Lynx looking to extend their lead and grab the biggest lead of the night. It's been tight all the way. The Lynx have led by as many as 7 as they have now. That one was rejected, and now we got a foul. Boy, in came flying Sam Rolfs with the rejection, but Turhark was able to recover.
Boy, and they, you know, Turhark, he gets so much attention, and deserving so. He just gets a ton, but at some point that has to open other things up. And I know they don't want to shoot a bunch of threes tonight, but sometimes you got to mentally just make a couple, and you have to keep on trying. Okay, even with the 8-point lead here, maybe it's time for that offense to open up a little bit for the Lynx.
We shall see. 16 for Turhark. There's about a half a second between shot and game, so Aberdeen Central will hold on. The Lynx will be in the bonus the rest of the game, by the way. Throw it up, no good, and we'll see who the foul's on. This one's going to be against the Lynx.
Very late foul is 0.2 seconds on the clock. And Turhark's going to come off, teaching in for the Lynx with Skolton, Deckert, Lloyd, and Colbeck. I don't think it would have counted.
Nope, I don't think so either.
So we got a 35-37 ball game. Lynx over the Eagles. ESD matchup. Lynx hoping to regain the big home court advantage that they have had, you know, for years.
Yeah.
They don't take a lot of losses out here, and they don't take them lightly, and that's so true.
And I'm kind of just looking around here. This is quite the crowd here, especially on the home side.
On a Friday evening.
Yes, definitely.
And so I was watching it's surprising, you know, crowds this year. When I follow the SDSU Jackrabbits a lot. And I was watching the boys game on the live feed against Oral Roberts the other evening. And I swear, there was probably only 500 people in the
stand. At a men's game?
Yeah, and I couldn't believe it. I thought,
really?
Wow, what is going on? You know, it's just, here's the thing, is that a lot of people, and hats off to this crowd.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at, is that there's a lot of people here this evening, especially on the Lynx side, and hats off to this community and crowd because they support it so well. And I just couldn't believe in a Division I men's basketball game.
Well,
there was so many open seats that's all you've seen.
Yeah, with such a home court advantage as well that Frost Arena brings to the Jackrabbits.
I'm not talking about Frost Arena. I'm talking at Oral Roberts.
Oh, at Oral Roberts. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Yeah. There's Colbeck from downtown. I was like, really? There's no way Frost Arena only has 500 people there.
I don't think they've seen less than 1,500 or 2,000 since I've been going to the games.
Oh yeah, and it's always loud. It's always loud.
Oh, it's so fun. But yeah, the I just couldn't believe it. Oral Roberts is a pretty big program.
Yeah, and the Lynx will be in the bonus here, so they're going to go to the free throw line the rest of the game. I always remember watching the highlights because Nate Walters went off, or no, maybe it was Mike Dahm. One of the two went off on the road once for just a ridiculous point amount, and there was maybe 200 people there, and I think it was against IPFW. So you should thank your lucky stars if you're an SDSU fan for the size of their crowds, because That is not an easy thing to do.
Right.
Especially when a big-time school comes around. I'll never forget, as we get a foul here against, I believe, Turhark. I'll never forget when Notre Dame came to Frost for the women. That was nuts.
Yeah.
And the Lynx, the Jackrabbits, I mean, they were within 3, I think, at half, and they kept it close in the third quarter, but that shot is no good. Boy, Aberdeen Central is just ice cold.
But the thing in this game, Kyle, is that what we've seen from the Lynx is they have stepped up being aggressive. The shots aren't falling. The outside shots are not there tonight. Mm-hmm. But they're being aggressive and they're hustling. And that's why the scoreboard's where it's at right now with 11-point lead.
And Hilton, that's a high percentage shot. Aberdeen Central is going to push it here. Lynx push their lead up to 13, biggest of the night. Huff almost lost his footing. There's a 3 from Burkhardt. Burkhardt has also gone cold. That one is tipped. And can Deckert recover? It's going to be Aberdeen Central ball.
Just hustle. That's what you're seeing on the court right now. You saw Jackson Hilton run that one down, make a play, and same with Jackson Deckard. He tried to make a play. I mean, they're just hustling everywhere, and that's huge when you can't find the outside shot from the whole team.
And Huff nails the jumper. Back to an 11-point game. First bucket of the night for Huff. And the Lynx try to burn some clock here. Move it around the perimeter. Turhark from downtown. He's got it again. 19 for Turhark.
As soon as I say it, Turhark hits his second big, or is it third?
Third three.
Third three of the ball game.
And a 3. We'll see who goes to the line. I couldn't quite see it. It will be Andrew Bergen on the 3. He is fouled, so he will get 3 free throws. As Jackson Labrie waits in the wings. First free throw, no good. And remember, it's 3 shots, so Labrie was ready to come in here. But got one more shot to wait. Second free throw is good. Deckert returns to the bench. Labrie is back in there.
And Lloyd and Deckard have really played well off the bench.
They have. 1 of 3. So it's still a 13-point lead for the Lynx, who, as you said, Ken, have struggled. But a modest 43 is not too bad here with about 6 minutes to go, 5.5 to go here in the game. Turhark. Burkhardt almost got a steal. Hilton. Nice feed to Skolton for his first basket of the evening.
Hustle, hustle, hustle. That's what this team's about right now, and it's working. And defensively, they're playing great defense also.
Now we're going to get a foul here from Colbeck. And Aberdeen Central will be in the bonus the rest of the game. See who Deckert comes in for here. First free throw is good from Sam Rolfs. Colbeck will come out with 3 fouls. 5 points for Rolfs. Second free throw, no good. Boy, we talked about contagious free throw shooting.
Whew.
Both teams struggling now.
There's something about the air in here that's just not.
Deckert's floater will not go. Here come Aberdeen Central. Huff's layup is good. And Aberdeen Central is going to call a timeout with 4:34 to go in the game.
And it looks like it's going to be a 30-second timeout. So back to what we were talking about, Kyle, about the Jackrabbits. I know we kind of cut things off there, but you were talking about, how I've even seen it in the, my father-in-law and I go to the Illinois State Tournament, basketball boys, the big school.
Yeah.
And they told me that back in the day they used to fill the Bradley event center there.
Yeah.
And now there's only maybe a quarter of the place full. And I don't know why it's contagious everywhere. I get that a lot of people have a lot of things to do. I understand that. But boy, is basketball a fun game to watch and a fun game to call.
Yes. Yes, it is. And if nobody's ever been there, I would urge you. Tickets are not that expensive. Go to the Summit League tournament, man. Go to a Summit League tournament. Well, go watch SDSU play. Go watch it when it's full in there. It's a lot of fun. You can get a session for the women's. Just Terhart gets it to go. Even if you don't have a rooting interest, it's just fun to go. Like they fight, kick, and claw every moment of the game because all they want is a chance to go to the tournament. And they know that they're probably going to get blown out in that first round, but you know what? They can say they were there. And that's all that these kids want.
And the atmosphere is just great.
Oh, kidding me?
It is so much fun.
You get a semifinal like a few years ago with SDSU and USD, or a championship with SDSU and USD, even the women, boy, you are in for a lot of fun and a lot of energy, and you will leave that place hoarse. At least I do.
I do too. It's crazy.
Here's Deckert. Floater. Can't get it to go. Big offensive rebound, though. 14-point lead for the Lynx. Looks like Aberdeen Central. And then now they're going to foul. They wasted a lot of time as Bergen is going to get whistled here. And Labrie will go to the line.
And Jackson, the thing about Jackson is kind of hot and cold a lot. But one thing he can do is regain everything from this free throw line. Last game he was pretty cold from the free throw line.
Yep.
It's redeeming himself and really put a dagger in this scoreboard tonight.
And Labrie's the kind of guy who keeps his composure. He can get the troops together. He can calm them down. He's a good, quiet leader, a good young man. I've known him for years. He's a great kid. He's a court marshal. He really is.
And he really had a big game at the Pentagon against De La Salle.
He did.
He had 5
He's the MVP,
threes,
right?
Yeah, I believe he had 5 threes, and he can do it. He can certainly shoot the ball.
Hilton gets some space inside to Terhart. He's getting his arm pulled down to Aiden Lloyd. And don't look now, this lead has ballooned to 18.
And it's felt like that a lot in this game, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It hasn't really felt like a 1 point to 2 point game. It's really felt like this, but
it feels like the Lynx have had control.
Right. But they've just opened it up with a lot of hustle. We haven't seen good shooting. It just didn't. All of a sudden, they opened up from the 3-point line and just started making threes. All of a sudden, it's just that hustle, and I think that comes from the coaching staff too. Is at some point you got to tell these guys, hey, we want you to shoot, but we got to win this ball game. So let's do what we have to do to secure the win. And the aggressiveness, I just love the aggressiveness about this team.
So now we got some substitutions here. It will be Deckert, Skolton, Tejan, Hunter Marceau, and Cole Ciliusin. And for Aberdeen Central, we have Colton Hansen, Truman Allum, Noah Behrens, Dorer. Here's Hunter Marceau for 3. That one's no good. That one is going to tip off of Ciliuson's fingertips. Hunter Lemmer in there as well for Aberdeen Central with 1.5 minutes to play. Gavin Turhark, I think, will go down as my MVP of the game as the junior Dawson Johnson comes in for Brandon Valley.
And Turok, he's just put together 2 really, really good games, 19, and I believe he has 21 tonight, or even more than that. Maybe
at least
20.
19.
Yeah, and he's just been a presence, a defensive presence on the defensive side of the ball. And so hats off to him. He's really come on, and we know this team focuses around him, and every team tries to defend that, and he still gets his points.
Lakes will move to 9-3. Aberdeen Central falls to 6-5. And the Lynx, who had lost 2 out of their last 3 games, look like they might be pushing their way out of this skiff as this one goes out of bounds after the missed layup by Hunter Marceau. Jay Juergens, the junior, is in at 6'8". Put a little weight and muscle on Jay Juergens. He could be quite the ball player. He already is quite the ball player.
Yeah, he's stepped up a little bit this year off the bench also. He's got quite a bit of playing time.
When there's been foul trouble, he's answered the bell.
Brings a lot of length.
Johnson gives it off to Deckert. 10 on the shot clock, 30 on the game clock. And we're going to get a foul here.
Boy, Jackson Deckert's smooth with the ball. He's a pure point guard if you see him, and he handles it well. We know he can score off the bench, and he really distributes the ball well, too. He is a luxury to have come off the bench.
Definitely. As you said earlier, he's somebody that could definitely start on a lot of teams.
Him and Aiden Lloyd.
Him and Lloyd.
Yeah, it's a great luxury to have.
See if Mark Muchkanaus, who's waiting by the bench, will get into this one. Not looking promising for him. And we're going to get a late foul on Juergens with 5 seconds to go. So Muchkanaus is in the game. So the Lynx move to 9. They get off the Schneid and win it 52-33. So I think it's unanimous. Turhark, big game for him.
Absolutely.
Really carrying the Lynx to a hard-fought, physical win. So, boy, it's going to be a while for us. We'll be back here in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, and it's been a pleasure. As always, we get to call these games on a Friday evening, sometimes during the week, sometimes on the weekends.
Yep. We're looking forward to
we
it.
hope you enjoyed this W, and we enjoyed bringing it to you. And it's just been tremendous that we're able to do this because of our sponsors, and we want to thank everybody for tuning in. Go ahead, Kyle.
All right, final score 52-33. The Lynx move to 9-3. For Ken McEwen, I'm Kyle Roki.
Have a good night.